Hey, so today I'm going to be talking a little about IOR, import of record shipments, when they're necessary, why they're necessary, and why they're very vital for certain industries, and some of the things to look out for. So first of all, IOR means import of record. Anytime you ship something, you need to make sure, if it's an international shipment, that somebody's going to take responsibility for that goods. Say somebody gets sick because you sent a basket full of fruit or chocolate and it had some kind of disease or damage, somebody needs to be able to be held accountable. On the other end, if you're shipping electronics and some of them cause a fire or they have illegal content, well, obviously somebody in that country needs to takes responsibility. And then the most major reason for IOR, for an import of record, for any of these countries, is when you're importing something, a lot of countries often have taxes and duties. So this company needs to be held responsible for that. So let's see. So that's the basics of an IOR. EOR, export of record. I'll go over an example I've seen and where things went wrong in the IOR process. So I had seen a shipment recently. My company didn't handle. It was going from San Jose, California to Chile. So the company elected to use their own IOR service and a UPS. There were a number of red flags in the shipment that immediately alerted me to the fact that even though it's just a simple piece of, it was just a simple hard drive, that it wasn't going to get through customs. First of all, when I looked at the actual import of record, they were actually a furniture company. There's no reason that's an odd fit for a furniture company to be ordering server equipment, especially a small one. So obviously this is the first red flag for customs that's going to cause it to get stopped, especially in Chile. The second thing, I'd say the most important thing when importing into a country, especially in a country like Chile or India or Russia, the reason they have these tariffs is not just to protect the local economy, but it's also to get revenue. That's why India has 100% tariff rate on all new items, and they don't allow used items in the country. Similar for Chile, South America, a lot of these other countries, they're trying to get the tax revenue for shipments that come in. So one of the things that's really important, and the second point that I saw that had gone wrong from the shipment from San Jose to Chile, was that the tax number for the company that was importing the IOR was incorrect. No way customs is going to let this go. Like I said, they're a major government entity in every country, not too different than the IRS. If your taxes aren't submitted correctly, they're going to come down on you. Of course, when this shipment was shipped out, they didn't follow a correct IOR process, so they didn't check if the IOR, the entity number, sort of like a social security number or a tax ID number, actually matched that shipment. It didn't. Customs saw that, and it was immediately shot down. These are some of the things that I like to avoid when doing IORs because I'm doing a pre-advised check. I'm checking all these basic pieces of information, and looking for sticking points, and I'm very aware of red flags. So these are some of the major things that cause IOR shipments to go bad. Another thing is not having the correct invoicing. Say, for example, if you're shipping to China, do they speak English in China? No, they speak Chinese. Why are you sending your invoice in English then? This is something that most companies don't consider. This is why you have not only issues with customs clearance, but with importer of record. Same thing for Russia. They don't speak English. Same thing for Chile. They also don't speak English for the most part. If you were to format these documents for customs clearance and for IOR in a language and a format that was familiar to them, then you would be having less IOR issues. This is something we do as a part of all our IOR shipments. Something that, to my mind, I am unaware that UPS does. I believe UPS, when they do IOR, they do not offer this service. It's on the customer to have the correct documentation. And if you don't have it, It gets there, it gets stopped. On the other hand, we take the opposite approach. Say, for example, if we see something, we're not going to allow the shipment to actually go out. You're going to have a red light from us before you get a red light from customs. This is going to save you a lot of time. Of course, not all shipping's perfect, especially when you're going to some of these more difficult countries. In the case, which is very rare for us, that you are going to have a stop in customs. One of the things we do that's different from other companies is we're very aggressive with follow-up and giving you updates. So here's how it would typically work. If you did a small parcel shipment, like what happened for my friend, where they shipped from San Jose to, where was it? It was Chile. They checked the tracking number. Busy lifestyle. A week or two later, they had noticed it had been stuck in customs. Third week, it's still stuck. Nothing had been done, so they had to go ahead and reach out to the shipping company and find out what was going on. Obviously, this can create a lot of delays, and I think it's the wrong way to do business. The way I do it, on the other hand, is the exact opposite approach. You're very proactive. If there's any sort of delay within 24 or 48 hours, I'm going to know about it, and I'm going to make the necessary adjustments, and I'm going to inform you. So this is really going to change how your logistics operation flow works for IOR custom or any sort of customs clearance. Just this kind of basic follow-up and giving you regular updates. Say, for example, we expected it to be 2 to 3 days for customs clearance, but we expect this is not a normal circumstance due to, say, the coronavirus. We expect it might take an additional week. And here are the steps we're doing to ensure your goods get through as quickly as possible. These are some of the things that I've done to fix issues in the supply chain when you're shipping for IOR. You can definitely see it from some of the results I've gotten. I've shipped servers to the Ukraine and cleared and delivered within 24 hours. I've done it to not only to Russia, but to the Ukraine, cleared and delivered within 24 hours. I've done Zimbabwe, South Africa within 48 hours. I've done, where else have we done? Where haven't we done? India, I would say I had a very slow shipment. It took 3 weeks. 1.5 of the weeks it was delayed because the customer side, because they needed to pay $300,000 in tax in order to get the India economy going and, of course, pay that customs duty. It's just a part of doing business in India. Anyways, I would say at this point, 1.5 weeks, we could probably even cut that down further for some of these IOR customs clearance shipments. I've seen shipments that have taken 6 months with other vendors because they weren't notified beforehand. You need certain certificates to get in the country. Of course, on top of that, unlike other companies, we're very creative with how we, in a legal manner, follow the rules and leverage them for your benefit. As an example, if you need to get a document, or rather a shipment into India, but you don't have the right paperwork and forms, I've seen methods where what we've done was we first shipped it to Sri Lanka, who doesn't have any need for these kind of things, so they don't ask for these specific reports that perhaps your company doesn't have yet. And what we're able to do is we're able to clear it in Sri Lanka, and just like shipping from Canada to America, there's almost no border. So basically, because they have a free trade agreement between the two countries, we're able to leverage the laws that people overlook and use them to your benefit. On top of that, I've saved companies tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars just by changing the manner, the order of which goods were shipped to different countries. So these are some of the red flags you need to be aware of when you're shipping IOR. And if you ever have any issues, feel free to reach out to me, or you have any questions. I'm an IOR encyclopedia. Same thing for customs clearance.